virgin in the field that's not betrothed nor married, and he go and lay with her, then he goes and pays the father the dowry. All right, and the father, he can either accept it or he can refuse. I mean, he could accept the man being the woman's husband, or he could refuse. The scriptures literally say that. It's not being she's being sold into harlotry. All right, that's only talking about if the father starts selling, if the bitch starts laying around with more than one man, and then whoremongering comes in. All right.
All right, now we're going to move on to, I'm going to answer that question that the brother sent me, asking me where in the law does it, is rape forbidden? Well, that's easy. All we got to do is read the Ten Commandments. All right, let's get Exodus 20. All right. It's right, it's been right in front of everyone's eyes, but they just can't, you know, they're looking for something to say, you shall not rape. Sometimes it doesn't always say that. All right, it's line upon line. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Exodus 20, verse 17, thus reads, you shall not covet your neighbor's house, you shall not covet your neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is your neighbor's.
Did you hear that? It said you shall not covet anything that is your neighbor, including his daughter. All right? Now, what does covet mean? Everybody should know. All right, let's just get a simple definition. Get the Strong's definition for covet. Covet, to delight in. Okay? So, someone might read that from Strong's and say, oh, well, what's wrong with delighting in somebody's daughter? Well, it's deeper than that, because there's a lawful way of coveting and an unlawful way of coveting.
So you mean to tell me if obviously you got women walking around, that's somebody's daughter, and if you see the woman walking around and oh man, she look good, you're not supposed to catch no type of feelings about her, and you're not supposed to want that woman? What was the purpose of the woman to be here on the earth anyway? What was the purpose of the earth, of the woman? Only way you're not supposed to covet that woman is she's already spoken for. All right. That's what it's talking about. But like, this guy is being sly and he's trying to use the law to basically twist up the truth about this whole subject. Alright? That's what it says in Galatians, the first chapter. In fact, I'm going to get that real quick. Alright, Galatians 1, and start at about 6 or 7. Because that's what he's doing. Alright? That's what he's doing. He's using the scriptures themselves, but he's using them for his own BS. Alright? I'm going to read this, Galatians 1 and 6. It says, I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that called you unto the grace of Yahushua unto another gospel, which is not another, but there be some that trouble you and will pervert the gospel of Yahushua. And that's what these guys are doing. Alright, that's what these clowns are doing. They're perverting the gospel, alright? Which is the truth about the Bible. Alright? It's the good news and it's the truth about the Bible. Okay? Because they're sitting there basically twisting up the scriptures for their own BS. Okay? It says here, verse 8, but though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you that when we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. As I said before, so I say now again, if any man preach any other gospel unto you than we have received, let him be accursed. Okay, and that's these guys, alright? That's these clones right here. They're accursed. Okay?
This unlawful way of coveting is what the Most High is forbidding us to do in these commandments here. Alright, but let's go deeper. Let's get from the Webster's Bible Dictionary on the word covet. To desire or wish for with eagerness. To desire earnest, to obtain or possess in a good sense. Okay, there's a way of coveting in a good sense. But with coveting something that belongs to someone else and you going about it to obtain it the wrong way, that's not a good sense, right? That's not coveting in a good sense. Let's read the rest of that definition. To desire inordinately. To desire that which is unlawful to obtain or possess in a bad sense. Right. Now, the lawful way for a man to obtain someone's daughter is to go to the father, get permission, pay the dowry, and then if the man is willing to give you his daughter, and if the daughter is willing to have you,
which is bullshit. You mean to tell me, first off, which they're going to get this scripture here a bit later, in Deuteronomy 21, when you go off to in fact, let's just get it, Deuteronomy 21st chapter, alright? Because not every time do you have to go unto the father of a woman for permission to have that woman to wife, alright? Let me find it. It's right here. Let me scroll down. Right here, Deuteronomy 21 and 10. It says, when thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, and the Lord thy power have delivered them into thine hands, and thou hast taken them down, and thou seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and hast a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife, meaning she looks good. Alright, you done took the city or a tower or country or whatever, and you see a woman of the captives and she look good, and you want to have her. It says here, thou shalt bring her home to thy house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in that house, and shall bewail her father and mother a full month. And after that thou shalt go in unto her, and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife, because she belongs to you. She belongs to you once you put your rod into her. Okay? It didn't say in this situation that you got to go unto the father and pay him a dowry. No, you just take this woman and you allow this process to happen, which is right here in the verses 12 and 13, and then after that month goes by, then you have your way with her. All right, i.e., what you wanted to do with her when you first saw her, and that is lay with her. Okay.
then you can obtain her as a wife. But to covet, to go after something that doesn't belong to you in an unlawful manner is forbidden according to the law. All right? Is a man's wife, is that okay to covet a man's wife?
Right.
Of course not. And that's besides the point. You're not supposed to go and get some other man's wife. Of course. When the hell have we ever said you can go get you another man's wife?
That's right.
Right. The only way a man can obtain another man's wife is if the husband dies. And then if that woman wants to have him.
But that's bullshit. If the woman, nowhere in the scriptures does it say the woman has a choice. The woman is so far removed from having a choice that either if a woman were to make a vow, either her father or her husband can disannul that vow. So she doesn't have no goddamn choice. What the hell are you talking about? The scriptures say that. Alright?
See, people are out there not understanding the scriptures, and not only are they coming against the scriptures because they don't understand, but they're also teaching the scriptures the wrong way. They're teaching us, teaching people to downgrade women.
The hate doctrine.
Yeah.
And the women, in the sense of the word downgraded from men, yes, that is true. The scripture says that the woman is the weaker vessel. All right, and even furthermore, these damn hoes that you see around, all right, a majority of them are not women. They're not actually women. When you go to Genesis the 3rd chapter, that's the true definition of a woman. Genesis 3 and 16. It says that desire shall be unto thy husband. All right, and when you go into Timothy's, it says she's supposed to guide the house and teach the young women how to act and behave lawfully. That's what a woman is. These bitches aren't women. They're bitches. All right, and if you don't acknowledge that, all right, which these guys wouldn't, all right, if you not to acknowledge that, you don't know, you're not in touch with reality. All right,
because women have a choice. But see, many people need to put themselves in the shoes of a father and think, would you like for a man to come and rape your daughter and then says, okay, let me pay the price?
And see, there it goes. I mean, look at this nigga's face. Look at the nigga's face. He looks so goddamn emotional. All three of them.